I made a video at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was so tired, I spelt the word ridiculous wrong. I put R-E-D when it's R-I-D. Shout out to Mr. Poole for the grammatical correction. Your boy was tired, and I put ridiculous. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I got home. I searched Detroit Lions, and the first thing I see is Detroit Lions and Tom Brady. And I said, what are we doing here? What is this? I look it up, and it's Mike Florio and Chris Sims talking about Tom Brady coming to the Detroit Lions. And I am at a loss for words. What are we doing here? So I dive deeper. I look on their YouTube channel, and lo and behold, I find a 30-minute video with Chris Sims, and I had to fast forward and find the point. And at 22 minutes, Chris Sims brings out that he's sick of talking about Tom Brady, but one place that would be a fit for him was Detroit. They have offensive weapons. They have an offensive line. They got to work on their defense. But that they could possibly get Tom Brady, and that Tom Brady could be the one to take us to his 8th Lombardi and our first. I said, what are we doing? Made a video, tied in a mug, whole family sleep. Had to talk, had to whisper, but my studio is literally directly under the bedroom for my wife. I cannot believe, Mr. Macho says tomfoolery. That is the perfect name for that whole thing. Why would we, and I understand that it's slow. I understand that the news segment, but to see how happy these guys were about, and I brought the clip in. Why would the Detroit Lions, and then Mike says that if they got the call, it would be a dilemma. If the Detroit Lions got the call for Tom Brady, it would be a dilemma that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell would have to make. Are you kidding me? How in the world is this a dilemma? And I'm saying to myself, you get paid to talk about this? The Detroit Lions, in no way, shape, form, or fashion, are interested in Tom Brady. And I don't even work for these guys. They have no idea I exist. But I guarantee you, we're not going to move on. I don't care who you are, the GOAT, whoever you are, we're not going to move on and get somebody that is 18 years Jared Goff Sr. I don't understand why this even is a conversation, that the Detroit Lions would be interested in Tom Brady. Would Tom Brady be interested in coming to the Detroit Lions? That has to be a joke. That has to be a joke. I looked and I said, wait a minute, it ain't April. It's only January. How could it possibly be that the Detroit Lions, why would they even put that on the radar? Nick says 65-year-old Tom Brady. Now, Tom Brady said in a joking fashion, he was on a podcast. He has a podcast called the Let's Go Podcast. You know, he runs out of the tunnel, runs down to the end zone, screams, let's go. Looked like he about to pop an artery in his neck. And he got a podcast, and he was interviewed and asked about his decision. And he said, if I knew what I wanted to do, I would have done it already. But I can guarantee you that even if that is a thing, it is not a thing with the Detroit Lions. Macho says, I wanted him like 5 years ago, 5 years too late. I just, like, I understand, in what world would that be a fit? Would Tom Brady be a fit for the Detroit Lions today? Tom Brady is 46 years old. 46. Now, I'm not trying to hate on the brother. I'm 43 myself. You know what I'm saying? I know my knees hurt. I know some things about me that be popping. But I know Tom Brady got it under control. He still be slinging that thing. But Detroit. And so, but what I started thinking was, what does Florio and Chris think of Detroit? If you're talking about, this was a place that guys' career ended. Their careers ended in Detroit. And the quarterback, the best to ever do it, according to some people, the fact that they would even connect him to Detroit says a lot. It really does. It's ridiculous, but it's like, well, what are you trying to say? Are we closer than we think for a Super Bowl? In what world would Tom Brady, 7 championships, more than any other team in the NFL he has by himself and his team, right? In what world would you ever hear about a player like that being linked to the Detroit Lions? To me, it's ridiculous. And it's so ridiculous, I spelled the word ridiculous wrong. So Tom Brady will go to a team that only needs a QB to compete for a Super Bowl. Yeah, Macho, apparently. And our defense is so bad, I'm not sure we in a position. But let me know down below. Tom Brady to the Detroit Lions. What is this about? Would you take a 46-year-old quarterback? Even Tom Brady, let me know.